And we're live. Futurist Jim Carroll from the virtual broadcast studio. Listen, I want to do a short little show involving a mail out I just did to my speaker bureau partners. Look, I've got about 50 speaker bureaus worldwide. At one time or another have booked me, and I've got about 350 of the agents on a mailing list. And once a month, I send them out an update on what's going on, what I'm seeing in terms of client trends, the people who are booking me, the topics they're looking for. And what I shared with them today was I was sharing with them what I'm seeing with AI, and it involves the trend I identified last year. The people in organizations, corporations, associations, events would want to get beyond discovering what ChatGPT is all about and the basics of AI, and they'd want to get into the AI megatrends. How is my industry going to change? What are the real implications? What does it really mean? What is the disruptive, transformative impact of what is happening? So the mail that I sent out to my bureaus today, I'm going to talk about the second part of it, the collapse of attention spans. This was the cover of what I sent out in this mailing today. Just a small little fact, check the image out here. This is from my keynote for CattleCon 2024. I spoke to a couple of thousand cattle ranchers in Orlando a few weeks ago, and the opening slide they had for me on stage was a bunch of cattle being beamed up into a spaceship. Didn't know what that was about, but it was kind of fun. Anyways, back to the point. What I'm covering with my clients is they want to go beyond ChatGPT. They want to understand what is happening with my industry. So I was recently over in Dublin with one of the world's largest pharmaceutical clinical trial companies. And it was a CEO level event. They wanted to understand, what is the impact of artificial intelligence on the role of pharmaceutical clinical trials going forward? What is the impact on life sciences? What is the impact on our industry? And what do we really need to do to align to the reality of what is occurring? So I did what I typically do. I grabbed about 1,500 pages of hardcore research from life sciences publications, research journals, newspapers, magazines, industry reports, and actually distilled a lot of it using one of my favorite AI tools, popai.pro, to summarize the insight in these several thousand articles. Normally, I would skim through this at high speed, but the summary I gave to the client, these are the direct slides from my slide deck, is that what we are seeing generally in the world of life sciences is the role of AI in medical image analysis. That has been around us for quite some time. We can do X-ray analysis with an AI with a lot more accuracy than humans can. It's leading to this, this faster to this world of what we call personalized medicine, and that is something we call pharmacogenetics. That's engineering a particular pharmaceutical that fits or matches someone's DNA. We might engineer a pharmaceutical that fits, 50,000 people, as opposed to the blockbuster drug of the olden days. A lot of AI going into medical device connectivity, blood pressure cuffs, diabetes monitors, things like that. We can integrate AI into these devices to enhance and accelerate their role and monitor those devices from afar. AI will take on a very powerful role and already is in disease diagnosis. And again, this is image analysis and things like that. Monitoring patients through trials or monitoring patients while they're in hospitals. One of the most fascinating things about AI in the world of life sciences and medical science generally is what we call digital twin technology, and that is developing an entire virtual digital twin to a medical procedure or to some type of trial or something we're doing, so that we can understand it better before we actually do that thing in the real world. AI is playing a very powerful role in chronic disease management. We're seeing the emergence of medical chatbots and the whole acceleration of medical research and medical knowledge. So I sort of identified at a high level, this is what's happening in the world of medical science. And now for this client in Dublin, they want to know, well, how is it going to impact us specifically in the world of drug discovery? Well, it's helping us on a pathway to identify candidate molecules, identifying potential molecules for a particular pharmaceutical drug faster and earlier. It is helping us with earlier disease diagnosis. It can help us look at massive past trial data sets. I mean, the whole world of big data, we can look at massive sets of information with AI and discover some things we weren't able to discover before. We are discovering that we are getting better understanding of patient response to particular treatments. The whole issue of aligning to what we call real-time trial trends, and that is a lot of pharmaceutical trials have been involved in looking, back at past data sets, what was the impact on the patient, a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago. The world of pharmaceutical and clinical trials is actually moving to real time as a result of AI and all these other connectivity trends. So it's aligning us to that trend. It's helping us with patient recruitment and enrollment. I'm going to share more about that in a moment. And helping us better predict adverse reaction of particular pharmaceuticals. I then took them on a voyage of what we've seen already with AI. This is where my research tools come into play when I'm going into a client with a highly customized keynote. Look, 80% of clinical trials today fail to meet their original enrollment deadlines. I mean, in essence, the world of clinical pharmaceutical trials has been an absolute complete fail. 55% of trials are terminated due to failure to achieve full enrollment. I mean, we're not doing a good job in this industry already. And current clinical trials have a failure rate of 84.6%. I mean, I dug that out from a publication called Trends in Pharmacological Sciences. This is the type of thing I dig out in my research. And this is a killer. Just 3% of US adult cancer patients, as an example, participate in clinical trials, and 40% of those trials fail to get minimal patient enrollment. Clearly, the whole world of drug discovery is broken, and this is where AI can play a key and valuable role. So I then took the client on a voyage of what have we seen already with the use of AI. This is again beyond ChatGPT. ChatGPT is such a small part. These large language models, I mean, they're significant, but they're such a small part of what's going on with the bigger picture of the AI megatrend. So in one trial, Johnson & Johnson saw a 20% reduction in the cost of 20 drug development programs as a result of the use of various AI tools, including big data and other. In another trial, we saw 80% accuracy in predicting trial outcomes. That came from a study that analyzed 1,500 clinical trials. We saw 10% improvement in clinical trial success rates. And this, came about from studying various clinical trial research reports, and 78 to 80% improvement in the accuracy of predicting patient outcomes. This is a trial utilizing AI from GE Healthcare Sciences. I mean, this is the type of stuff that clients are screaming for in a highly customized, highly relevant, very specific keynote. And that's the type of thing I'm doing when I'm going into these global organizations. I'm providing them strategic clarity on AI. It's, taking them beyond all the, current hype and hysteria around ChatGPT and image generation and all this other stuff. It's taking them into the real impact of their industry. And I'm doing this in the world of manufacturing, in the world of construction, in the world of insurance, just earlier this week in an event in Houston, in the world of manufacturing. This is the type of thing that clients are screaming for. And, I tell you, it's certainly drawing a lot of interest. So I shared that with 350 Speaker Bureau agents this morning to help them understand, this is what clients are booking. This is the type of insight they are reaching for. The other thing I covered in my post to these agents and Bureau representatives this morning was the whole thing about collapse of attention spans. Look, people don't have attention spans anymore. Attention spans have collapsed. The era of Twitter and TikTok and social media and short form content. They're looking for bullet points. They're looking for highlights. They're looking for images. They're looking for video. And I was pointing out, something I've been working on with my own information is I'm creating a little microsite. So this is one called getready.jimcarroll.com. Go and visit that right now. And I'll take you on a little tour. Big words, big fonts, and it's taking them on a voyage of what I'm doing with respect to particular issues, helping them understand, and let me just cue this right, because I hit the wrong screen here, helping them understand the type of insight they can get when they're bringing me in for a keynote. So, big fonts, big words, your business models are changing, you're impacted by technological acceleration, you are realizing creative thinking is the new capital, you need to anticipate disruptive trends, and you need to enhance your speed, and just leading them through with some, little simple clickable pages rather than a big, massive, complex website to help them understand what they can, get if they bring me in for a talk. I launched this a few days ago, and I got to tell you, the response to this is absolutely staggering. And I think it aligns to this whole trend that attention spans are collapsing. People don't have attention spans anymore. We need to hit them, as I always paraphrase with that Pink Floyd phrase, we need to hit them with short, sharp shocks of insights. So go and take a look. I mean, this type of thing is working, it's resonating. Hit getready.jimcarroll.com. I'm actually using a really cool little website builder called carrd.co, C-A-R-R-D.co. And I was able to create this in just a matter of an hour or 2 hours to pull together a really nifty little website, give it an address on the web, share it out to folks in a variety of methods. You can create, I think, the $19 per year plan, you can create like 25 of these little sites. Very powerful tool. So a little bit of an update on what's going on jimcarroll.com these days. Bookings going forward into the future are exciting. I'm going to be over in Birmingham, UK in April for an event for an automotive repair organization. Going back to Dublin in June for an event for KPMG, which is kind of cool because I'm actually an alumni of that organization. Getting additional bookings well into the fall at this point in time, so it's certainly not like 2023. People are clamoring for insight on what comes next, what to do about it, and when it comes to AI, they're looking to go far beyond ChatGPT. Learn more about all this stuff at jimcarroll.com, at jimcarroll.ai, and this new one, getready.jimcarroll.com. Here's a close. Have a good one.